Hello everyone, my name is OMG, WTF, LOL, FW, BRB. Welcome back to more of the WWE vs. TEW series, the weekly series where we take the weekly events that the WWE runs and book them into the game just to see how well the WWE does against, or if TEW will be the one company to bring the WWE down to its knees. We are booking Smackdown. Again, as it's probably become well known in these videos, I'm very horrible at keeping track of dates. Date is in the title. I might even just stop doing that. But nonetheless, our main event of the night is Joe versus Daniel Bryan for the Money in the Bank qualifier. Just ignore that it says Big Cass in there. Big Cass isn't in the match. Nonetheless, let's run the show. We're being held in the PNC arena, by the way. 56C- to start out the show as we get hype for the six-man tag match we'll see later on tonight, along with our dance-off that we're going to see. Of course, the six-man is between Miz and The Bar taking on the New Day, and the dance-off is between Lana and Naomi. 64 solid C as we also get Daniel Bryan versus Samoa Joe hyped for tonight's main event. Final Money in the Bank spot, I believe. 67 C+ rating as Samoa Joe opens the show talking down about how he's just going to beat down on Bryan. At one point he mentions Birdie and Bree, how Bryan was going to have to go home to them and all that, which leads to Bryan coming out and kind of what happened to Big Cass, him saying, don't bring up my wife and my kid. And this all leads to Big Cass coming out, who limps down to the ring, and he reveals that he is medically cleared. Now he goes to swing at Bryan with the crutch. Bryan ducks, he hits Joe, and then Bryan and Cass kind of come to blows, and Cass just beats him down as well, pretty much standing tall towards the end of it. Got the crowd hot. The storyline between Bryan and Cass moved along, and we are going to change Daniel Bryan's gimmick from an authority figure to a blue collar. Let's see how it goes. It got a rating of average. His authority figure was rated as very good, so yeah, this did drop in quality, but nonetheless, he's no longer an authority figure, so at least he's being booked the right way. And to be completely honest, his current run in WWE right now has been pretty decent and average at best. Nothing to really blow you out of the way. Samoa Joe's improving in acting, so good on him. We then jump into a 68 C+ as we just hype up the fact that Shinsuke Nakamura is in action next. Of course, it was just showing him warm up as well. Before we jump into the match with Nakamura, though, we have a little bit more of the recaps happening here. 66 C+ as we get a recap from our opening segment of Cass beating down on both Joe and Daniel Bryan. And then we go to a 49 D+ rated angle as backstage Renee Young runs into Paige, and she's just talking about what the incident just has happened with Big Cass and Bryan and Joe, and is Cass really cleared, and is it really going to be Cass versus Samoa Joe? That's something I forgot to mention. Big Cass let it out that it was not going to be Bryan versus Joe. It's going to be him versus Joe. So Paige reveals that, Cass is back, and, Bryan did earn his spot in there, so that's why tonight it'll be Samoa Joe versus Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass in a triple threat match. Big surprise. And that's when she's approached by Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, who, of course, I don't want to say berate her, but they're kind of just like, oh, I guess that's what it's like, being in charge and all that, how hard it is, or pretty much some bullshit like that. They're just playing up that, Paige doesn't, she pretty much just doesn't care about Absolution anymore, and the whole feud between them. Paige they're all talking about how Asuka doesn't deserve her spot, how she lost to Charlotte and even lost her first match in SmackDown, and how it should go to one of them. And then Paige gives them a chance to see why Asuka deserves the title shot when she puts Mandy Rose in action against her as well later on tonight. Lost heat to the Bryan Cass feud, but it gained heat for the Paige Absolution feud. 70 C+ rating as we get hyped for the matchup at Money in the Bank, last man standing between AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura. Come on. I pressed you. There we go. Solid 63 C here. Decent matchup. Shinsuke Nakamura goes over Ty Dillinger in 8 minutes 48 seconds with the Kinshasa. Nakamura had a 72 in-ring performance compared to Ty's 31. Good God, Ty. 71 B- rating angle afterwards as Nakamura just counts the 10 while Ty Dillinger lays down for 10 seconds, pretty much, hyping up last man standing. All right. 70C plus as Dasha Fuentes interviews AJ Styles on Last Man Standing. God, they do this a lot with AJ, by the way, having him interview with Dasha. Nonetheless, Styles just puts over that he pretty much that Nakamura is not going to beat him. Nothing real special at all. Just a very generic promo where he ends it by saying, this is the house that AJ Styles built or something like that. 41 solid D as we get hype for the dance-off, which is next, as we just see Rusev, Aiden English, and Lana all doing their thing, getting ready for the said dance-off. 100 A star for our pointless commercial break as Big Break John comes back in for the save. Thank you, John. Always consistent with those 100s. 53 C- rating for our dance-off between Lana and Naomi. Begins with Aiden coming out and introducing, Rusev. Of course, it's Rusev Day, and then they also introduce Lana by doing her new dance where it's all like, Lana is the best, Lana #1, or something like that. So they do that, introduce Lana. Out comes Lana with... I haven't heard Lana's theme song in so long because, she rarely wrestles. I forgot how much I liked her theme. I really liked Lana's theme. I think it's just catchy. It's just catchy. I like it a lot. It's a good theme for her. Naomi's, it's all right. It's fitting for Naomi, and even not that Lana's theme's not fitting for her because it is. It's just I like her more. It's more catching, even though I do kind of like Naomi's too because I like raves. But that's kind of the reason why I like Naomi's. I don't listen to it, but it's like rave music to me, so therefore it's kind of interesting. Nonetheless, I'm going on a little bit of a tangent over theme songs here. Lana starts it off. She does her dance, and actually, Lana's pretty good. You can definitely tell she's a trained dancer. Naomi's good as well. They're both doing their thing, and at one point it looked like they were, having fun with each other, dancing with each other, and they put their backs to, back to back, and then that leads to Lana just pretty much catching Naomi off guard with a neck breaker, and a little bit of a schmodge in the middle of the ring, leading to Naomi and the Usos, who, yes, did come out to ringside with her to, pretty much do that. Performance of Rusev was good. Lana came out looking excellent. Lana and Naomi were both rated on sex appeal for this because, well, it's dancing. I feel like that's really the only thing I can rate them on that would be close. Naomi was good as well, so good on them. Jimmy Uso underperformed, as did Jay, so Usos, come on, guys. Aiden Neiman underperformed. And it advanced the Women's Money in the Bank. 53 C-. Good job, ladies. What do we got here for changes? Oh, this is just the turns. Never mind. 58 C- as we hype up the triple threat main event tonight between Samoa Joe, Big Cass, and Daniel Bryan. 58 C- as we hype up the six-man tag match coming up as we see the New Day backstage, having fun doing their thing, and then we see they were waiting for Mr. Buttersworth. That's what it was, and then the Bar's backstage throwing pancakes at the Miz while he's like karate chopping them. So they're pretty much getting ready for their match. Miz is getting better at his gimmick, and unfortunately lost heat for the Money in the Bank feud, but that's fine. 55 C- as we do hype up the fact that, yes, the six-man tag team match is next. Come on, WWE, you don't need to beat it in our heads. And 67 C+ for the six-man tag team match between the New Day and the Miz and the Bar. Decent matchup here. New Day going over the Miz and the Bar in 10 minutes, 18 seconds after Big E defeated the Miz with a big ending. This match was great, guys. It was back and forth. There was many times in the match where you thought it was going to end and it didn't. Miz just continues on his string of just great matches recently. Miz has been killing it. I love the Miz right now. This is the best the Miz has been, if you ask me. Even though he's not the only reason in this match. Everybody did great in this match. If I had to pick one person that really didn't stand out, it might have been Kofi. I can't really think of much of anything Kofi did. But Xavier was looking good. Big E was looking good. The Bar was. Everyone was looking good in this match. This is a great match. Probably the best match on SmackDown. Never mind. That triple threat match is pretty good, too. SmackDown had some good matches. I won't lie. Got the crowd hotter. Xavier Woods with a 59 in-ring performance. Kofi Kingston with a 63. Big E with a 59 as well. So it looks like Kofi had the best of everybody here. Cesaro looks like he might have been the worst of everybody, which is surprising. No. He was 1 point better than Sheamus. Cesaro was a 57. Sheamus is a 56. And The Miz is at a 59. So good stuff overall. Kofi Kingston killing it, though. gained heat for the bar and the New Day storyline, while the men's Money in the Bank just kind of progressed. Sheamus is improving in performance, as is Kofi Kingston and The Miz. All right. 49 D+ as we're backstage with Renee Young. She's interviewing the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, who are, just putting over their upcoming match against the Bludgeon Brothers until they are interrupted by the television screen, which starts to get staticky, and then we see the Bludgeon Brothers standing on the screen, and they kind of just cut a pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Intimidating? Mysterious? Maybe not mysterious, but intimidating, I guess, is the best word in promo to Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. 57 C- as we get a recap from a couple weeks back in England when Daniel Bryan beat down on Big Cass and took him out for that little while. 58 C- as the three-way bout is hyped between Bryan, Cass, and Joe. 29 solid E rating here as we see Asuka just staring. Oh my gosh, he's just staring into the camera as Asuka versus Mandy Rose is next. Asuka's such an interesting character sometimes. 40 D- as before we get to the match, we have Carmella join color commentary for this next matchup here. So the women's champion scouting her opponent for Money in the Bank. 43 solid D, while Asuka's making her way down to the ring. She's attacked from behind by Sonya Deville, hoping to give her buddy Mandy Rose a jump start in this matchup against Asuka. 43 solid D rating for the match itself. Didn't have much weight in heat and terrible wrestling. Asuka going over Mandy Rose in 6 minutes 40 seconds with the Asuka lock. Mandy Rose with a 31 in-ring performance. She's getting a lot better. And Asuka's at a 43. Guaranteed 31's nothing to, be proud about, but considering I believe Mandy was like 20-something before, she's definitely improving. Asuka, though, is killing it as well. I mean, 43 is nothing to be proud about either, but when you look at some of our males wrestlers and they're around like 50, like I think Miz was like 59, so she's not entirely too far away from some of our males. Storyline for Carmella and Asuka went along here. This match was nothing special. Mandy Rose really isn't all that great. Well, she's got a lot to improve upon, if you ask me. So does Sonya, though. 37 D- rating here as Carmella just gets in the ring with Asuka, holds the championship up in front of her face and just taunts her pretty much. No physical interaction, no nothing. Carmella leaves, and that's that. It's whatever. Nothing special. 57 C- as we get a reunion of Team PCB, Becky Lynch, Paige, and Charlotte. As we got Charlotte and Becky Lynch who are watching the match between Asuka and Mandy Rose. They are just putting over how, Charlotte's going to win the Money in the Bank, and then Becky's like, oh, no, I'm going to win the Money in the Bank, stuff like that. And that leads to Paige coming in, who likes the animosity. In fact, you can see Paige walking in the background here at one point. Like, I was starting to wonder, like, is she going to be a part of this angle, or does she just accidentally walk in the background? But finally, she joins in. She even brings up the Team PCB thing, which is the only reason I remember the damn team. If she would have never said that, I would have never remembered it. I remember the Submission Sorority. I remember that. You remember that, guys? Submission Sorority. That was their first name for PCB. But apparently there was a fucking porno or something named that. And when people were Googling the Submission Sorority, they were finding the porno. So much so that the porn company apparently sent WWE a fruit basket or something. That's funny stuff. Anyway. Paige, she likes the animosity going on here, and she just pretty much tells him to keep it up. We'll find out a little later on that next week these two will fight each other. Gained heat for the feud as well, for the Money in the Bank feud, so good on them there. 54 C- as once again the triple threat matchup is hyped between Bryan, Cass, and Samoa Joe. 37 D- as we get hyped for next week, as next week we'll see a mixed tag team matchup between Jimmy Uso and Naomi, taking on Aiden English and Lana. I thought it was interesting that English was partnered with Lana and not Rusev, but okay. Makes me also wonder if they're doing a Rusev Day versus Usos feud or something like that, and this might be the beginning of the end of Rusev Day. Who knows? Maybe English loses next week and Lana blames him. We'll see where that goes. I'm a little worried though, because I'm a big fan of Rusev Day, and I think you all are too. Also hyped for next week is indeed, like I just mentioned, Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch. This is just for Rusev. Or not Rusev, Aiden English. And Rusev, I guess. 33 E+ rating as backstage Sin Cara approaches Andrade Cien Almas, welcomes him there and says he's so excited for him to be here now, until Selena comes in like, what are you doing? Pretty much. And then Sin Cara's like, I knew Andrade before he made it to the WWE, and I'm just happy to see him be here. Selena comments on that. You know, you're a loser, and we don't associate with losers or something like that. And Sin Cara's like, is this true? And Andrade just kind of gives him the cold shoulder. I don't think this is the first feud. I just think Sin Cara's his first victim. But, which is kind of obvious. Come on. Nonetheless, Andrade playing up the whole high class and I'm better than everybody and I only associate myself with, you know, high class or people that I prioritize, I guess, or whatnot. Poor Sin Cara. He gets no respect. Main event, 72 B-. Hell yes. Not too bad. Did better than the main event on Raw, which I thought... No, not Raw, but there was one of the matches on Raw that I thought would have done a little bit better, and it didn't. Nonetheless, 72 B- for our triple threat main event. Good wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Samoa Joe goes over Big Cass and Daniel Bryan in 19 minutes and 40 seconds after stoppage when Daniel Bryan could not continue. So pretty much, I think Bryan was beating down on Cass. Like, I think he had, like, I want to say he had a submission hold locked in, but I can't really remember. Again, that's kind of the downside of recording these videos a couple days after you've watched the show. But, pretty much it was a great match, by the way. It was a great match. The 6-man tag team match and the triple threat match here tonight made SmackDown worth watching, if you ask me. But nonetheless, it pretty much ended with Samoa Joe picking Bryan off while he was distracted by beating up on Cass. Locked him in with the Coquina clutch, and Bryan just passed out. He didn't even tap out. So that's why it was stoppage. In terms of in-ring performance, of course, Daniel Bryan was head and shoulders above everybody else. I wonder if that's the brand he uses as well. While Big Cass was a weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performances. I think I called it, by the way. A lot of you, well, I mean, I'm not going to say a lot of you, because I don't think any of you guys said I was wrong. But I said it. I said I don't think this Big Cass injury is that legit, or he's not going to be out that long. It just seems like they're still teasing he's ready to go. So here he is, week of his match, and he's ready to go. Nonetheless, deserved better announcing. Samoa Joe with an in-ring performance of a 69. Big Cass with a 44. Daniel Bryan with an 81. Gained some heat to the Bryan and Cass feud. Men's Money in the Bank feud just kind of moved along. Daniel Bryan is improving in Rumble and performance. Samoa Joe improving in technical and performance. Unfortunately for Big Cass, he made no improvements. And then we end off the show with yet another 72 B- as Big Cass just beats down on Daniel Bryan after the match. Because, well, he cost him the match pretty much. And that just moved along the feud as well. So here we go. What do we get for this show? I'm thinking it's going to be a pretty good rated show. 81 solid B? 81 solid B? How? I completely disagree. I don't understand how I get these ratings. I really don't. Somebody told me it was the cult things, and maybe it is because now that we're a cult company, but it just, to me, I run a cult company. A lot of the companies I play as in TEW are cult companies. Like right now, I run a company I call Smashing Wrestling Association. It's a Billy Corgan ran company. That's why it's Smashing Wrestling, because, you know, Smashing Pumpkins, whatever. We're not going to get too into it. It's a Billy Corgan run company that I started, and I get solid 80s all the time. But it makes sense why I get solid 80s, because my matches I put on are about that type. You know? No, nothing on here indicates that this show should have been a solid 81B. No, nothing. The only thing that can kind of hint at it is the main event and the closing angle, but if anything, I feel like that would give me like a 75. I don't understand this rating system. This confuses the hell out of me, but you know what? Who cares? WWE, you finally did it. You finally did it. You did a show that increased our popularity. You did it. You did it. We finally increased some pop, so good stuff, guys. Good stuff. I don't understand how we get these ratings, though. If someone can explain it to me, I mean, is it really the cult? Does the cult really have that much of an effect on it? I just have a hard time believing that, just because, you know, like I said, I run a lot of cult companies in here, like Impact, my SWA company I play through. I've done ROH stuff in the past. You know, it's just like, it just doesn't make sense to me how it could, when I do cult companies, I get around the same ratings as, you know, these WWE shows I've been getting. But mine makes sense because my matches and my angles reflect that rating. Whereas here, it's like they skate by and they somehow get rewarded for it. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't make sense to me. I feel like my show should be like rated A all the time then. Whatever, I guess I'm just going on a tangent. I'm just really confused and I want to understand why it does that. So like I said, if any of you guys understand why the TAM show does so well when it really shouldn't, if it really is the cult thing, I guess just let me know. But if you guys have another idea or if you know the reason why, go ahead and comment below because I'm super curious. That's going to be the end of this video, though. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, do me a favor. Leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, don't forget to share this video with your friends, your Facebooks, your Twitters, your Instagrams. I don't give a damn. All your social media accounts out there. If you feel like it can help the channel grow, help your boy out. Share it to them. In fact, if you feel like you got a buddy out there who would enjoy my content, why don't you share some of my videos with them and maybe help your boy out, get some more subscribers in here and some more family. Let me help my boys out as well. I've got people down in the description down below. You can always check them out. You got ZachManziNVO doing his thing over on Twitch. Got Overwatch he's doing. A Way Out, I believe it's called. WWE, Fire Pro. All the stuff going on Zach's channel. You got my boy Raging Yoshi, who's up on the Let's Play game here on YouTube. He's got like Final Fantasy X. He's doing a playthrough of. He's doing like some other game called like Monomavore or something like that. Rey Mysterio, he doesn't like being an occasional wrestler. I mean, I could make them main eventers. I just feel like they would complain even more, but who knows. Oh, Hansen was about to leave, so we had to renegotiate his contract. We're still waiting for Fergal to get back to us, though. Fergal! Nonetheless, though, like I said, I've got all those people down in the description below. If you want to check any of them out, you are more than welcome to. In fact, I encourage you to. But that's going to do it for me. I will see you guys in the next video, which would be, of course, you know, Monday Night Raw. I should have Invasion coming out here pretty soon as well. And, yeah. Looks like 205 was hardly spectacular, while Smackdown, we really struck gold. I'll see you guys later. My name's been OMGWTF, LOL, FTW, BRB. Have a good one, guys.